Okay, today we want to talk about small-scale maize production regarding the fertilization. Let us see where it is done wrong. We know that the yields of our small-scale farmers are low compared to the commercial farmers, and most of these could be attributed to fertilizing. Of course, there are other issues that are involved as well, like tillage, state of planting, chemicals, weed control. All these could affect that. But let's look at the fertilizing part. Well, now, what is it that is recommended for the small-scale farmer? Usually in the government programs, you would find that they recommend 4 bags D-compound and 4 bags urea. So we're going to look at how much of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium is in each of these. In the D compound, it's 10, 20, 10, meaning there's 10% N and 20% P and 10% K. Of course, there's a bit of sulfur there, but let's concentrate on the major ones. So if it's 4 bags is equal to 200 kgs. So it's 200 kgs per hectare of D. So let's calculate how much nitrogen is in 200 kg. That is 20. This is 40. And this is 20 also. So meaning your 200 kgs will give you 20 of nitrogen, 40 of P, and 20 of K. So how much is in the urea? Urea is 46%. So we say, let's put it there, urea, 46% nitrogen. So again, 46% of 200 kgs of urea, because 4 bags is equal to 200 kgs per hectare. So out of urea, 46%, 200 kg will give us 92 nitrogen. So there we go. And 0 there, and 0 there. So our total nutrients add up to 212. And here is 40. And here is 20. Let us look at the crop removal. How much does 1 ton of maize need of the nitrogen, of the P, and of the K? Let's go for the most probably the less efficient situation, which will be 1 ton could go up to about 24 units of nitrogen and about 9 units of P and about 6 units of K. So then, let's see how many times this will give us. I'll have to get a calculator, but roughly 112 divided by 24, 112 divided by 24, that gives us 4 tons. On the nitrogen basis alone, this farmer could get 4 tons. What about on the P? We say 40 divided by 9 is also giving us 4 tons. Correct. What about on the basis of K? You know, K, we've seen that we only have 20 there. So 20 divided by 6 is giving us 3. It's giving us about 3. So meaning that the best that this farmer can get from this fertilizing program is 3 tons per hectare, because this is the limiting factor in this fertilizing program. So the lowest is what determines the yield. In this case, our potassium is what determines the yield for this farmer. So that's the highest that this farmer can get is 3 tons. We know very well this simple rule that if you've got a jar here, and this jar, though it's 2 liters, and you pour water, it's got a hole there, the water will come out there, it will not go up to there. That is your limiting factor. That's your limitation. So even in this case, our limiting factor is the potassium. That is your limiting factor. So your yield will not go above 3 tons. It doesn't matter how much nitrogen you put, it doesn't matter how much P you put, but because your K is limiting your yield to 3 tons per hectare, that's what you expect to get. So we see why our small-scale farmers' yields are not going above 3 tons or 4 tons or 5 tons as we would want them to be. This information is intended for small-scale farmers, colleagues, who I think from time to time, year to year, they're investing quite a lot in their crop, but they are not able to get the yields as they want them to be. Of course, we know that there are other factors that we have to deal with for them to improve, like reaping, planting on time, planting populations, spraying, controlling weeds, insects, diseases, all those will add up. But if we have to look at just that, besides anyway, if you do the other things very well and your potassium is limiting, you will normally find a problem in your yield. It will not go above that. I hope this information will be helpful to some of us. Thank you very much. Remember that starting with the right seed is the answer.